For the love of the sport, Joe Bond here. Yeah, today I'd like to touch on a couple topics. Now, a lot of people have been talking about Kevin Durant, the difference between him and Stephen Curry, and how the Celtics were able to shut down Kevin Durant, and they've been having a tough time dealing with Stephen Curry. But I think a lot of people are not giving the right breakdown when they're saying this. Celtics been playing a drop coverage on Curry and staying home on everybody else. They haven't really been blitzing them. They haven't really been sending the house the way they sent Kevin Durant the house. The difference being uh, personnel on each team, So if you send the house at Kevin Durant, it's going to be different if you send the house at Stephen Curry. So Ime Udoka actually touches on this after, I think it was game 4 when Curry dropped 43 and edged edged the Celtics in a win. And reporter asked Ime, we're gonna let Ime actually talk about the difference between the two and the defensive coverages. I think he explains it very well. Let's listen up.
Steph to shoot, have him shoot with obviously as many contests. Is the goal with Steph to shoot, have him shoot with obviously as many contests, or is it to hit him to give up the ball to teammates? It seems like he's beating whatever you guys give him, and he's done that for years. Obviously, whatever defense he's seen it all. But what's kind of the game plan with with someone who can shoot so well and who can shoot against taller contests so well?
Yes, we're not really good. We haven't gone after him much, honestly. Like Durant or some of those other teams, and some is due to the personnel he has behind him and the playmakers that he has. For us, we rely on our one-on-one defense. Our guys using their length to contest, and then our bigs being up as well. And so it's not as much as us going after him. And he's made some tough shots.
So as we can hear, he said he's not going after Stephen Curry the same way he's going after Kevin Durant. Because of what have behind him. It's not just Stephen Curry. It's the fear of everybody else. Clay, Poole, Draymond being able to be a playmaker. The Warriors are a well-oiled machine. The Nets have a horribly constructed roster. Could be, because of injuries, could be because of this, because of that. But the point is, the Warriors are a well-constructed machine.
No doubt, but I don't think the numbers look like they hit some of the other ones out of transition or miscommunication as opposed to us in our regular touch defense. And so with us, as I mentioned, if we are playing the right way on the other end, the defense has been fine. They're scoring around 107, scored 100 in a game. And when we've scored well, we've scored 120 and 116. So our balance has to be better on offense. Continue to make him work on that end and trust what we're doing on defense, which is allowing him to get some looks off, but kind of contain everybody else.
I think Eamon did a great job explaining the difference between Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry, and the fear that they have of all the other pieces on the Warriors, which was not the same with the Brooklyn Nets. You send a double at Kevin Durant, you get Nick Claxton on slipping the screen. I mean, Nick Claxton is not going to be able to distribute or make a play. Drummond, God bless Bruce Brown and what he was able to do, but these guys and the Nets don't run that type of offense. They don't have the players to be able to run that type of offense. So it's a big difference when you double teaming Kevin Durant. You do have Kyrie Irving, But after Kyrie Irving, it's a big drop off on that team. So to me, it was like the 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 roster had a lot of deficiencies. So the Boston Celtics were able to just send the house at Kevin Durant. Anybody but him. Anybody but Kevin Durant. So we're sending 2 and 3, and he may just he, he alluded to it. So I think it's a big difference. The way the Celtics are playing Stephen Curry, then they were playing Durant, much as they are when you were facing the Warriors. Last night, the Warriors were able to win despite Stephen Curry having a terrible game. So last night, even Udoka started sending the house, started blitzing, started trapping. Curry had a terrible night. You know, he ended up with 16 points, 0 of 8 or something from three. But what happened? Wiggins was able to give you 26. Klay Thompson was able to give you 21. Even Gary Payton chipped in 15. And then Jordan Poole, who had 2 big threes at the end of the third, was able to give you 14 off the bench. So even when Steph Curry struggles, the Warriors are still able to win because they have a lot more options on offense. The Nets don't have that luxury, especially with the injuries to Ben Simmons and Joe Harris. But we saw last year against the Bucks, and the Bucks were playing drop coverage on Kevin Durant. He shot their face off. Same thing with Stephen Curry. You play drop on these guys. These guys are so talented. They're gonna shoot your face off. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you don't have guys that are talented enough to play, make, score on their own, and even on offense, because Steve Nash his offense is so predictable. But the Warriors, they run so many actions. They have so many weapons that it's tough to key in on one person. And we saw last night the Warriors. As soon as you start keying in on them, start keying in on Steph, the other guys start shooting your face off. Clay showed up, Wiggins, Poole. You know what I mean? They got a bunch of guys that are weapons. So I think Ime did a great job alluding to the difference. He's like, we haven't sent the guys at him. We haven't sent the house at him. And when they did last night, what happened? Them other guys shot your face off. Them other guys, Wiggins was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like the great defense. He had a great night. But that's the difference. That's the difference between these people. These two guys. Credit to the Warriors, for pulling out a big game last night when their superstar struggled. When they started double teaming them. They made a big run with Curry on the bench to start the fourth quarter. So it's a luxury to have a great team. So you don't all your attention doesn't have to be on your superstar. But yeah, that's it, guys. I just wanted to touch on that topic real quick. I'm be doing another stream with my guys a little later. But for the love of the sport, I'm out.